how to have more. Because everybody's always concerned about having more. In fact, my second book was How to Have More in a Have-Not World. But what I really meant to say was how to have in a have-not world, but they added more because that's what they wanted to do, and they're the publishers, you know that. So it's kind of interesting. But what the fear is running out. The fear is scarcity. The fear is not enough. And before, when I talked about you prosper without fear, and there's an abundance always of love and joy and happiness and peace and divine pleasures of the soul, and unlimited and ever increasing. Yet when we're focused only on the outer world to give us the happiness, the joy, the pleasure that we're seeking, we cheat ourselves, because all of that's very short-lived, very temporary. And in this reality, duality, when you go into this joy, in a sense, not even joy, excitement or joy, you're also going to go into depression, because the mind is always going to take two sides. Or if someone's consistently in, you would say, the negative, but I don't mean negative as not good or whatever, but in a place of suffering more, let's say, and someone else is in that place of being the cause of suffering, it's like what people who live in fear do is they try and control others, because they do not know and believe or understand they can manifest, or that they could create. And that each of us, being an individual, has that always innate power to be manifesting our own desired reality. And for me, I choose that my reality, or that the divine reality of the supreme, I call Mother, Father, God within, that I am part of, the divine, is already magnificent. It's just like fools who say we could improve on Mother Nature. You can't. Look at the abominations people create, because they just want to see if they can do it so they can take the glory of it to make them think that they're creating, but they're really taking the very essence of the powers that we have and using them, what would you say, in disharmony with our true divine nature and what's possible for us. So how we increase, how you have more, is all what you're focusing on and what you appreciate. Appreciation means more. That means you're increasing what you already have. And for me, what that means is that the divine is all pervasive. In the study of the Vedas and the Puranas, and talking about the supreme divine us and what we're part of is all pervasive, always. It's not something you have to attain outside. It isn't somewhere you have to go. It isn't something you're going to make up, or you have it. It's just like who we are. That life force is all pervasive. When you understand, spirit is all pervasive. Whether we recognize that or not is our choice, because then it's our perception and our belief system that is what we're using, what is being used in a sense as a box that keeps us within a reality box by these thoughts and these beliefs and these concepts and such. So we're focusing on that. And that, by focusing on that, we're focusing on fear, we're focusing on scarcity, we're focusing on war, we're focusing on problems. And therefore these problems increase. Not that you're ignorant of what's going on, because when you're in a neutral position, you're always in your divine center. And you're observing and you're witnessing. And you're always appreciating the spirit, the soul. And you could actually, for me, I know I have such fun just playing with people. It's just being, sometimes when I'm out and about, because they're so beautiful. I see who people are, who they really are. And it's so nice just to connect. And some people also connect back because they're also showing up. You see, that's where it's the joy. And it's in that relationship. So how you increase, you have more, is you have more by your giving it your attention. And then attention also, and intention sometimes is all fear, but it's also your real intention of what it is that you choose to manifest, to be, to experience, and to have more of. And what we want more of is the divine taste, you see. We're like nectar buzzards looking for that nectar, but the nectar, the soma that we are seeking, is coming from us. To open ourselves to the all-pervasive spirit, divine presence, beauty, harmony, love, abundance, goodness that we are. And you can never destroy that because it's inherent, just like people may not perceive the all-pervasiveness of absolute love, but it's still there. And then when we recognize that and we open ourselves to that and we go beyond these beliefs, these fears, the guilt all the time that people are using, that you have to feel bad all the time. You don't have to feel bad to help others. You don't have to have their experience to know what they're going through, because it's all the same. Because when we aren't who we are, it's painful. Yeah. When we're believing those thoughts that talk about how horrible you are and what you've done and how bad they are, the dialogue, what I could have, should have said, and what I'm going to say, and what I'm going to do, and I'm going to get him, I'm going to do. What are you doing? You're a divine being with all divine godlike powers and abilities and qualities and talent. You can do anything. Just start doing it. Well, I gotta have more money before I start doing it. Really? Then you'll never make it, because you gotta do it now or it never happened. And there's no place for amends. Atonement. Oh, well, I can do all this and I'll get all forgiven. No, you can't racketeer spirituality. That's what people do. They want to racketeer it. We all have been like that, because we're looking for more love, more happiness, more abundance, more joy. There's really more freedom. You already have it. So to acknowledge it, appreciate that, and what you appreciate is going to increase. Yes. So practice that. Appreciate. Focus on that. Be aware of what's going on, yes, because you're driving down the road, but focus on your own state of being and how you're driving the car. Yeah. So, increase your good by being your good. Yes, and focusing on the beauty, on the harmony, on the love. Be you to the full.